Hello, happy Monday. Once again, welcome back to another edition of our Monday night online open mic presented by the Barbed Open Mic series here on YouTube. We're based out of El Paso, Texas, EP. My name is Rich. I'm the project director of this whole thing. And in addition to this online show that we've been doing every single Monday of April 2020, since April of 2020, we also have shows and events in El Paso area all throughout the week, all throughout the month. So thank you for tuning in. If you guys are here, we are here for our Thanksgiving week edition, our annual tradition that we call the Poetry Potluck. But I will let your host talk more about that when I hand the reins over to him. But for now, I do want to welcome you. So if you are tuning in, if you're watching, if you're listening, just do me a favor. Let us know you're here. It's always nice to know who's tuning in. Say hello in the chat. And if you do want to join us around town, this week we do have several events that you can join us. Tuesday, we're going to be at Mona Bar of Modern Art for our regular open mic, open to anything. Sign up starts at 8 p.m., show starts at 9 p.m. That one's going to be hosted by Dorimar, who might be reading here tonight. We're trying to figure out some scheduling stuff. But yeah, come through. I'll be there as well, along with Sound Master Dave. I just made up that nickname, but got a little team action going there, which is always a whole lot of fun. Wednesday, we have our writers' night at Proof and Press. It is the eve before Thanksgiving, and we're expecting a lot of people because a lot of creative writing students are asking to read because they have it for an assignment or extra credit. And so we will get some new faces there. That's going to be run by Candice Marlene, aka Sad Salad Girl. As always, I kind of help there in the background as well. In fact, as a holiday treat, I'm going to bring my cameras and offer filming of your sets. So that way you can use for social media or your pages or to promote your work. So I'll probably have a separate list for that, a separate like on the sign up sheet where you can check if you want to be recorded. And then of course, we'll be online the Monday after that, as always. So this is my favorite part of the show when I get to do this, is where this is the part I talk the most, and then I get to fade off into the background even more so because today we have our guest host. Happy always to hand over the reins. You can catch him hosting in person at Old Sheepdog once a month, usually the last Thursday, with the exception of a holiday like this month. But right now, let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Monday Night, your host, Kit Wren.
All right. Thank you so much, Richie. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. This is the fifth year that we've done this on purpose. As I say, it was 5 years ago, right before Thanksgiving, when we decided to read each other's work and see how it sounded, pay a little tribute to each other, because it's very interesting to hear your words out of someone else's mouth. It's kind of the goal in the end, isn't it? And it's always puts me in a reflective mood. I always think about when I started doing poetry, and one of the first places that I felt, one of the first mics we had that I made sort of my home base was at a bar where I was already a regular and already friends with the owners, the Black Orchid Lounge. And that is where I first crossed paths with fellow regular David Latif, who wrote this about it. A friend of a friend, neither of whom I interact with much these days, invited me to an open mic night at a bar that no longer exists. It's interesting how things change, I guess. The things that got me where I am are gone, disappearing behind me while ferrying me forward. The transient nature of it all, like a sand mandala, doesn't make it any less beautiful. We all have phases, and their impermanence does not diminish their importance. Black Orchid is gone, but the community within watered the poetry in me that would have withered and died without them. Yeah, and that's interesting. That's when I feel at like the micro level in addition to the macro level. So thank you, David, for writing that. And 2020 happened. We went online. When we went back into physical spaces, I found myself somehow on the management side of things, helping keep things orderly in our Zoom mics, in our chats, laying down the law on the rare occasions it needs laying down. And Richie trusted me with running mics in public, in Meat Space. And Richie's quite a great poet himself. He doesn't get to read because he's usually busy platforming everyone else. So I'm going to take a second to platform him. This is one of his called autocorrect. I try to say what I mean, but my phone has other plans. Typed salud to celebrate my friend's good news, a toast, a blessing, a celebration in their honor. It autocorrects salad. So now here I am raising leafy greens in your honor. I once tried to text friendship is everything, but it came out fried shrimp is everything. Which, to be fair, might still be true, because both are warm, comforting, and slightly greasy with history. One fills your soul, the other your stomach. But what I'm really trying to say is that I meant those words, even when they came out wrong, because we use this glowing glass to stay close across cities, time zones, and lifetimes. We text instead of call. We like instead of listen. We send a heart emoji when we don't know how to say, I'm scared you're drifting. Sometimes I wonder if all these tools meant to bring us together have only perfected the art of almost connected, almost honest, almost saying what we mean before the algorithm tidies it up. Still, I keep typing, keep sending, keep fumbling through this tiny keyboard just to say something that reaches you. So if I ever text you a blessing that sounds like lunch, salad, just know I meant joy. I meant cheers. I meant you're worth the toast. And even as things opened up again, we wanted to keep this going because we made so many friends all over the country, all over the world. And so, representing the international portion, I'm going to read The Sun Takes Five by Cassie McCoy out in Canada. Miraculous things, they happen all the time. Under the deep sea, beneath a patch of moss, at the bottom of your teacup, the sun becomes completely eclipsed. A yellow glow hangs across the entire horizon. Daytime is paused. And then just like that, the sun resumes its duties. The world keeps turning. The robins go right back to their normal hunting for worms in the lawn. The humans return to their desk jobs and crosswords. It's funny. The marvelous is always at our fingertips, within our line of sight. One moment, we're basking in it. The next, someone's hit the resume button on the mundane, and we slip back into a haze of the unremarkable of just another day. So I'm grateful for all those people, grateful for everyone who's here, everyone who's watching on the YouTube. If you're watching in the future, hello. This is a message from the past. It is about danger. We are going to start the proceedings off properly now with our first reader. As we have done many times, we're going out to the Rocky Mountains in Denver, and that is where our friend Michael Sindler tends to the lighthouses. So Michael, when you're ready.
Yes, that's right. I'm up there in the lonely heights looking down, but not true. But I do like to talk about lighthouseriders.org, which is a wonderful organization based out of here, but everywhere because we have the internet. And yeah, lots of good classes and workshops and stuff like that. So I always like to give them a plug. I am going to start us off officially, even though you've, I think, given a great start, with work by some guy who is part of this weird troupe called the Beardo Bards of the Bardo. His name is Brian Franco. So you've been banned from every bowling alley in the world. Your laser sharp tongue that has cut so many people from your life can precisely skin and fillet any fish in existence. All types of bones from all types of meats are fair game. When you open your mouth and wield that hand forged Japanese steel samurai sword of communication, the bowling balls your eyeballs transform into when you roll your eyes at anyone who disagrees with you are perfect ammunition for your conversational catapult of insults and know-it-allism. After 2 gold medals in biathlon, you retired your rifle and crossbow for a less conventional arsenal to defend your compulsive, obsessive social network of a life from real connection. All your admirers are impressed with your acumen for accuracy with weaponry, but those skills make your friends a bit reticent to invite you to Thanksgiving, Sunday supper, or even care for their pet when they leave for a weekend. One day you will die. Those who knew you well will decide how you were remembered. Your ability to stir up a hornet's nest where no hornet's nest ever existed defines what happens when you show up. Unsheath your sword, open your mouth, causing everyone else to bleed anxiety. When you wield your words and actions as an elaborate imaginary armory, rather than courtesy and kindness, what others understand about you will not be what you want to be remembered for. And I'm going to do another one by my buddy. Gotta switch around here how I'm doing this. Okay. Wait a second. This one is called One More Reason Charlotte Regretted Not Having Daughters. Charlotte's boys built a snowman while she cooked her famous pineapple white chocolate snow day flapjacks. As the kids smothered maple cardamom coconut cream on the jacks, she noticed a band of fuchsia on the snowman. She layered up in long johns, fleece sweats, ski socks, and vinyl knee-high snow boots. Charlotte tromped through post-blizzard snow to discover her $250 designer cashmere scarf on the snowman. The water damage was irreparable, according to the dry cleaner. After the snow melted, she handed her eldest son a spade to dig a grave. She had her younger son play taps on a kazoo while the middle son recited, "The Lord is my shepherd," in its entirety. The cashmere scarf was buried in a Havanista cedar cigar box coffin. For posterity, her husband videotaped the only funeral for a scarf in modern history. During the ceremony, Charlotte drank from a goblet filled with farm fresh apple cider. She secretly wished it was rum. And that is the amazing Brian Franco for you, folks. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael. And we'll be hearing from Brian directly later in the program. But we are going to come back to the mothership, come back to El Paso, the Paris of the Southwest, with a friend of ours who we made this year. He's made a lot of connections in local writing community, and he came to us hat in hand, and he's been, I don't think he's missed a Monday since his first one. So we love to see another Iron Man in our midst. So everyone, please welcome Ed Gonzalez to our stage. Ed, when you're ready.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. I'm going to add Iron Man to the list of things. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Happy Monday, y'all. Always start and end with gratitude. Thank you, BWOMS. Thank you, Kit and Richie and everybody. This is my first potluck, so I'm pretty sure things aren't going to go as well as I thought they would. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get started. Let's see. So thanks. Okay. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite pieces from one of my favorite writers. and I'm gonna put on my driving gloves, and I hope he's enjoying this. I hope I don't mess this up, but here we go. All right. This is actually one of my favorite pieces, and I put it down on paper as soon as I could because I could hardly wait to. I was going to read it on Rally Point, but of course I couldn't find it. So again, the universe didn't want me to do it. So here we go. An ode to every shitty modified car in El Paso by the great David Latif. Every Integra that's barely holding itself together. Every front-wheel drive economy with a big wing bolted to the hood, to the trunk lid. I love you more than any Ferrari or Porsche I see on the west side. I love your battle damage, your body filler, of the big bore at the end of your exhaust that doesn't muffle shit. Or the missing catalytic converter that roars. I'm a race car. The same way I tell people that I'm a poet or trying so hard to be something that they said we aren't. You may not be on the track, you may not be published, but we know we are. Oh, we know we are. I am a race car, and you are a poet. The great David Latif. All right, okay. So I'm no longer a race car driver. I'm going to ditch these. Anyway, I'm probably going to try to add a new chapter to my book that I'm working on. This one I'm entitled 3 a.m. It's most of this stuff I've written at 3 a.m. Why the hell the good Lord wants me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm really not sure. This one is entitled Demise. Watching the end of the Gladiator movie. Where will we go when our time is done here on this plane? Will our reward reside in our favorite home? Is this my happy hunting ground? Or will I bounce back and forth between my favorite houses? And with who? Family? Favorite friends? One of my best friends insisted that when I get there, we will play golf. Smile. So hopefully there's some good courses up there. When I think back of my favorite beings, I feel love radiating in my chest. And my current partner insists she will go first so she won't have to deal with my loss. Hopefully she will get along with some of my favorite beings. And some of my exes should be there, so this should be good. I've been very fortunate to have some of the greatest teachers, which gives me a good perspective on life. When I have it has saved my physical life and my mental life, allowing me to live, not merely surviving. I have contemplated practices that are wonderful. They allow me to be of service to my family and my friends. I experience great joy. Until it's my time, I am grateful to see my loved ones in my dreams. And this will have to do for now. All right, that's one of my 3 a.m.s. This was actually, I have the final two are actually Tumbleword prompts that the great Kit Wren has forwarded to me. I wasn't able to go there because we had another seminar at Alchemy, so I miss them. I miss all the good ones. Anyway, this one is entitled Dream Road Trip. This is one of my best lucid dreams I've ever had. It happened last October when the veil began to thin. I always have great dreams. I usually end up flying with great beings. Not this time. The vehicle of choice was a very large convertible Continental with suicide doors. It was tan. Ugh. I was driving with my father-in-law riding shotgun, my eldest brother Mike, along with my nephew who had recently passed. My brother was providing directions to this community, he said, where my favorite people had lived with her family in a very large house shaped like a majestic tree. I was very excited to see and speak to them. I was asking my nephew questions, but I was told by my father-in-law that he was new and had not learned to communicate like that yet. I knew it was him. He was grayed out in a way like a pencil drawing. I started to walk around, but there was no help. I woke up and generally surprised to be in my bed. I love speaking to my relatives who have recently passed. The next night I went out into the night to thank them. I lit a small fire, brought out my peace pipe, releasing my words of truth in smoke, and requested the car next time be black, because that was my favorite one. Peace, brothers. And my last one is one entitled New Year's Effect. This is the last tumble words. When I was in college, those years, it was done at full speed. Every Rose Parade Eve we spent with a meetup at the park where the Rose Committee parked the floats. And we parked in the large parking lot where we would divide the drug of choice, usually hallucinogens. The last year we did it, there were some big, beautiful mushrooms I had taken with a fistful of vitamin C. It's not really clear why, but we did. Because of past results, we had made no plans because he never achieved fruition. The only meeting plan was to meet up at my place the next day to watch. We can watch the parade and share our stories. Those that weren't in jail or hadn't landed there yet. We had some beers, and one of those, we were there. Our story coincided as we were in control of senses as they walk up and down Colorado Boulevard, throwing shaving cream at each other. Also, the vehicles that drive up and down, we throw shaving cream at everybody. Never mind the 3 blocks that toward the apex of my mushroom consumption, I did walk with Jesus for about 3 blocks. So he didn't have really much to say, but anyway, thank you, everybody. I just wanted to add, please take care of yourself. Give yourself some time to take some breaths. And if you're going to be, if things are going well and you want to stop that, definitely hang out with your family. That's usually a general rule. Patience and deep breaths, because after all, they are your family. Peace and love, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Ed. Peace and love. Yes. Didn't say much, yeah? Comes into the shop all the time and never buys a thing, as the 2,000-year-old man said. Yes, thank you so much, Ed. And we're going to go a little far afield for our next few guests. Our next performer is coming to us from somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. But we want to make it clear that it's not because of the funny brownies that his friend Heidi found. It is completely unknown why he is over the rainbow. He was also born with 11 toes. That's also something that we're not going to be investigating or asking any follow-up questions about, because we're just too happy to see Brian Franco. So Brian, when you're ready.
Yeah, first I wanted to apologize. My internet cut me off earlier and I had to reboot my modem and all that fun stuff. So let's hope that I don't get cut off in the middle of this. So Michael sent me some poems earlier today. This is by Michael Sindler, A Recipe for Thanksgiving. Preheat emotion to near boil. Combine standard nuclear family or closest approximate with assorted cousins, uncles, aunts, husbands, wives, lovers, friends, neighbors, and associates into a too small household. Knead together into clumps in living room. Stew in heat from competing TV, sports events, news shows, and personal devices. Transfer conglomerate into dining room. Pepper and spice concoction with inflammatory conversation, including but not limited to politics, sex, religion. Add excessive amounts of alcohol. When fully marinated and scrambled with assorted intoxicants, add large dollops of innuendo and recrimination. Let simmer for entire evening until whole dish is spoiled. Stash all ingredients into memory to forget or stew on for remainder of year. Okay, his next poem is All in Good Time is Best. Crackling over open flame, blackened skin loosened by steam in plastic bag, hard surface turned soft. Faucet streams seeds away, velvet green chili slides into seasoned molcajete, shining boiled tomatillos, grilled garlic, delicate cilantro, and pungent epazote leaves, caramel brown onion, a grind of cracked pepper, a quarter palm of salt, cumin and coriander, sprigs of savory oregano, minced jalapenos, heat, sweet kiss, a panela, dashed sugar cane, vinegar, squeezed lime, and a generous splash of aromatic stock. Tensed wrist, twist, tejolote. Stone grinds against stone, scent explodes with passion, muddling vegetable marriage, smooth blend of many parts scooped into clear glass bowl, two plump handfuls of plum tomatoes ripe and ready, roughly chopped slid from cutting board into waiting vessel, ladle led twirled dance with herb concoction, cleaver arcs into flesh, disjoints wings in twain, tipped tossed into pot with length of backbone, neck, and gizzard, other offal, and scrap to make next stock. Each side in its time, thigh whacked away, split from drumstick, two more smack, splits heavy breast, dissection done, pieces washed and patted dry, as if headed off to sleep, but then rolled in soft flour with pinch of baking soda. Hot oil dares unfocused hand not to lay each and every piece away it wants to tattoo with red welts. Careful not to overload pan, rolled round and flipped until evenly browned, drained over brown paper, lifted softly with tongs and laid over uncooked rice, yellow with added annatto, flat bottom rust red clay, cazuela cradles flesh and grain, emerald sauce ladled over, dripping down to cover all, a bit more stock poured for rice to drink and absorb, tiny dash of conchoy earthy orange alcohol, on goes cover, and into oven, nothing to do but wait and clean dishes, watching others make merry, knowing what is to come will make them even more jolly. Whole house fills with wafted aroma, stomachs send drastic messages to brains, all thoughts centered on pot, time arrives, dish pulled out, and up left on countertop to rest, all in good time is best, hands washed, each mismatched chair, a round table filled with anticipation, sauces and sides in ceramic bowls around the center, delicious but ignored delights unseen in plain sight, until still covered centerpiece is laid in place, its lid lifted, instant of drama attended by elated reception, aroma elicits joyous tears, rough-hewn wood serving fork and spoon move back and forth like a building crane. Each diner's plate loaded, silence like a miracle. No words found better uses for mouths. Some things are just the way they are supposed to be. This is one of them. And I'm going to just do one more piece, which is called Scrape the South by Michael Sedmar. Can't scrape the South off my shoe. still drowning, drenched in wisteria, turning purple as Passiflora incarnata, bad dreams green as chartreuse, showered pine pollen packed in every exposed pore. Fevered remembrance flows back to half-set jello thick humidity drawn lines, sluiced down red clay wind dust flashback flood like memoir fiber, claimed cotton as its own domain, dew glued t-shirt only territory, safe from sunburn retrospection, last slug of lazy lightning igniting amnesia, only cure to allow departure. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Michael Sinwell.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mike, by proxy. Yes. Yeah, it's really great. It helps really know who you're giving these poems to, because Brian's revered for his food writing, so Michael gave him some food poems. That was really, really wonderful thing to hear. Thank you for reading, Brian. Okay, and we're going to stay along what used to be in the north. We're going to stay along the northeast of this country and head down to South Euclid, Ohio, and that's where a certain poet laureate lives, and he may well live in South Euclid, Ohio, considering he's the poet laureate of South Euclid, Ohio. Wouldn't do to have an out-of-towner come in to be the poet laureate. So we now welcome to the stage Doc Janney. Doc.
Thank you. Mike graced me with a poem he wrote titled Fork in the Road, and it's in memory of Yogi Berra. The fork in the road is never itself taken, has no direction, does not guide sojourners' feet, does not favor either path. Each lone human stands at the crux, contemplating to find or be found. There are forks in all our trails. Are we the forks on others' paths? No compass, no map. Now, what once seemed unchanging, inescapable, reveals other dimensions, ingresses and egresses. An ancient signpost, chiseled granite chiseled granite obelisk, invitation or warning. Approach with trepidation, yet desirous of aid. Enchiridions, indecipherable script, antiquated runes, shines no illumination, offers no explanation. How many choices, how many forks in the path? Why aren't there any spoons? Will others follow? One foot follows the other. Thoughts falling behind like crumbs. Less or more traveled. Fear nor regret which you choose. No sense looking back with salty tear to what's past. Be guided only by love. Each step a meditation. Each fork you come to, each new possibility awaits your footsteps. This is your true destiny, disguised as mere happenstance. Make the decision to step out into being. Confront the unknown, the constantly evolving, the abyss, and the pinnacle. And now, some of mine. Vocalise. There is a longing deeper than love. It is the longing of life for itself, for fulfillment and becoming. It is the longing for poetry and music, art and magic, and all things beautiful. It is the longing expressed in saudade and hiraeth and estravaging forever. It is the longing expressed in the finite of infinite moments and moments of infinity. It is an endless, wordless song. This is star magic. Walking together in late evening's velvet, we watch as the dark sky opens to a sea of stars and the magic they hold. It is a magic which reflects in our eyes, limns us in glowing light, and pulls me closer to you. We are transported, translated by the transcendent amamancy of the stars, and we ascend into love. And I will finish with amamancy and infinity. On the breeze, in the beginning, in the light of moon and sun, came your voice, came your heart. They chanted amamancy. They intoned infinity. They entranced me and sorcelled my heart. I chose and I became until the forever beyond forever, yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Are there any events on the schedule? Anything you'd like us to be aware of?
Just on Saturday, I'm reading at 2 in-person events right here in the city. One for the city and one for the local Humane Society. It's a yearly thing. Lighting ceremonies.
Excellent. That's awesome. I'd like to be a part of a lighting ceremony one day. It sounds like my kind of scene.
Well,
You could be kindling.
talk El Paso into doing a lighting ceremony at City Hall.
Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot. There's all sorts of Christmas lights in the downtown, but
Well, they
Usually a mus-
have lights
usually it's a
representing
musician's thing.
all the major holidays in December, and I try to be inclusive in the poem I write for it.
I'll take that advice on board. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to go next to Pittsburgh, keeping it in AFC North territory, to another one of our favorite of our far-flung friends. They are preparing a big submission somewhere early. All right. Oh, please, everyone, welcome Vale Larkin to the stage. Vale.
Hi. I was woefully underprepared today because I didn't realize it was the potluck. So we're going to start off with a poem by our own Michael Sindler that is in this book that this is how egotistical I am. The closest poetry book to me is a poetry book that I printed. It's terrible. So Michael Sindler, Ink Mathematics. Ink Mathematics, Normative Excellence, Untried Taxonomy, Poetic Trigonometry, Golden Grin and Grimace, Yin Yang Zen Face, Circumambulation, Contains Constellations, More than Heliocentric, Best Kind of Eccentric. Hard Truths Answer Just Under Drooped Lid, Eyes mist mirror and emote beyond the rote surprise exists within irrational. Geometry cannot delineate. Sorry about that. This is not turning. This is why I don't read off books. Sorry about this. Geometry cannot delineate, nor rotate in another answer. Integers combined measure might make mockery of some, but still each number matters. Smile lit by sustained embers, flicker of mischief in mirth, good trouble in the making, good trouble in the telling, and still each number matters. Michael Sidler. And then because I didn't have anything else prepared, I'm going to read one of mine that is one of my poems to poets. If I don't enough for the poets. Have I said it? I love you. I love you all. When you sing your songs to me, and isn't this all music here and everywhere? And you show your hearts, your scars, your missing pieces and aching overflow. I love you. And your honesty and your bravery. And how you open and reach to share, and how all of these are together words, requiring the subject, the object, the great world of things to hold close to one another, to ourselves. Do I say it so seldom? I love you. I can see you all boxed and apart, and yet you whisper, and I watch the tendrils thread the spaces between us like they are laughing nonsense, making us part of the whole, the great body, life, earth, and the taste of language like the richest ripe melange, like the flavor of everything together, perfectly balanced, united, complete in our singular variety. Have I ever told you that I love you? Have I showed you my love in the brightness of my smile? Each time my brow creases, enthralled to your pathos, and my lips tip up, I gasp at your passion, and your illuminated reality, your redolent truth overcomes me. Have I showed you I love you? Every indrawn breath, every rustle of page or notebook paper, each moment you stare into my eyes, our eyes, all together looking in, and when your voice sings out, you bring us every note in chorus, resonating soul to soul. Have I said it? I love all of you. The sweetest song to me is our song. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Vale. Is there anything on the radar? Any events?
Yes, I will be featuring at Spoken World Online, which is Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, so whatever that is, wherever people are. And that should be a lot of fun. It's a really cool mic. International, very cool international mic.
Right, awesome. That'll be noon if you're in El Paso. And I just want to point out that Vale called themselves selfish for having a book that they printed in tribute to another poet. So that does not meet my personal definition of selfish. You can think whatever you want, but I have no further comment. Well, we're going to move on now. We're going to go up to Greenfield, Massachusetts, where another performer who's been with us as a constant for 2025 makes his living. And so we're going to take it to Storm. So Storm, when you're ready.
Okay, I feel a little outside of the loop. I don't have a potluck poem, but I do want to call out. I heard a number of poems over the last month that I thought I might like to do as a potluck poem, but everybody, only came once or twice or stopped coming. In particular, I really thought that there were a number of poems that Sam did that I possibly might do. So I just want to remember that she contributed at one point. Or they, I forget which they she used. So yeah, and nobody approached me about any of my poems. So I thought I didn't know quite what I should do. But Jimmy Cliff died today, so I wanted to do one of his writings as my other hat, so to speak. I think I'll just turn my hat sideways for my other hat. Sitting here in limbo, but I know it won't be long. Sitting here in limbo, like a bird without a song. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the dice to roll. Yeah, now sitting here in limbo, got some time to search my soul. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. I don't know where life will lead me, but I know where I have been. I can't say what life will show me, but I know what I have seen. Tried my hand at love and friendship, but all that is past and gone. This little boy is moving on. Requiem for a Lifestyle. Returning to this town, I discover the missing. It's the buildings that have closed, I notice, and the changes of addresses and phone numbers. I am a stranger walking down these streets where once I stumbled. Those who have stayed have changed and grown, or seem just slightly tattered around the eyes. The person I meet, whom I really hope I'll see somewhere again, doesn't live here anymore. While I'm gone, hold my name like you would a playful kitten who's purring loudly, seeking to bat your hair and making you laugh. Hold it as if it were a monarch butterfly seeking to drink from your fingertips. When I return, will you answer when I say I love you? Well, I may have chosen right. I may have chosen wrong. I may have chosen right or wrong. Yet it was worth it for the song. It was worth it for the song. The song that I wrote along the way. Many times I've had to choose, with much to gain and much to lose. And I still don't know if I chose right. Many folks think that I'm crazy, pretty dumb or pretty lazy. And I still don't know if I chose right. Yeah, I may have chosen right. I may have chosen wrong. I may have chosen right or wrong. Yet it was worth it for the song. It was worth it for the song. The song that I wrote along the way. I may have wasted years, caused friends hurt and needless fears. Yet, I don't think that that is right. Now only time alone will tell how in fact my fortunes fell. I may never know if I chose right. Well, I may have chosen right. I may have chosen wrong. I may have chosen right or wrong. Yet it was worth it for the song. It was worth it for the song. the song that I wrote along the way. Yeah, I may have chosen right, I may have chosen wrong, I may have chosen right or wrong. Yet it was worth it for the song, it was worth it for the song that I wrote along the way. Anger left over from being abused in marriage. This is the nightmare I'd like to arise from. Roll over and scream, calling sunlight, come in, come in, come into this life and body and wake me. Fist clenched, teeth gripped, I remember. Curse to myself, no more. She's harmed me enough. This is my choice now. The tears that fall hurt more than the deep red marks fingernails leave imprinted in my palms. I feel frustrated, fractured, and foolish that it's taken me this long just to survive.
Hey, thanks very much, Storm. And let you post in a second about the the people's movement, the forget what it's called, I'm sorry. But yes, thank you very much for being here.
Yep.
And
Yes. Daily Antidote song is
okay. Well, we're gonna move on. Our next performer, someone I'm really happy to see. She moved from El Paso to to Buda, Texas, where I believe in pursuit of her MFA. Bigger and brighter things, as they say. You can find her deep in the archives in our first year, and you can listen to her right now. Everyone, please welcome Aaliyah Candia to the stage. Aaliyah, when you're ready.
Cool. Hello, everybody from Buda, Texas. So today I have 3 poems that I'm going to read. And 2 of them are local authors. So I had forgotten about this book that I had found at Literarity, and it's actually by Donna Snyder. And it's called I Am South. And I wanted to read this poem called Brother. So this is Brother by Donna Snyder. Brother, take my hand, brother. We can lie together on the white line, holding hands. We can dance through tinsel stars, forget the damage of baby days, laugh at being strange. The blue cross beckons. Take my hand, brother. We can dance away the rage. We can dance away the pain. We can dance away the shame. I have missed you long years, brother. Take my hand, we can dance. All right. And then this is another local writer from El Paso. Her name is Andrea Blancas Beltran. I also found this book at Literarity in the little local section, and I was really happy to find this. So this is called Geography. Geography. On this wall, a map of various shades of blue and a continent named Nostalgia. Grandma always told me nostalgia was a phantom that found you. So what is this cart I've been wheeling around? I never made a down payment, and if nostalgia is all grit, enkindled each cradled by bodies of deepening blue, why must it be so far from here? Even then, What privilege to touch it now, to feel its raised letters under my fingertips. Nostalgia is a place in this frame. I'm closer to the land than I think. I'm a body of water everywhere I go. I hope to soon be close enough to smell the fire, hear the singe. Okay. And then last poem that I want to read is from one of my professors at Texas State. Her name is Maider Vang, and this is from her book called Primordial. And it's called I Understand This Light to Be My Home. In the awareness, I am brought closer to my being from long before. In my awareness, there is only what I can take from small spaces of knowing, an earnest accidence imparted by way of transmissions from the grid. A voice calls unbroken below and above as the aura of faraway light. There is a light that shimmers so deep it never goes anywhere. Light assumes its job is to shimmer, and so it is. But beyond that, light is ancestral. Light is witness. Light is prehistory. Blueprint of vibrations shifting through all directions of time. Light as hidden winter that leads to shadow as the growth. Light as first language of source. Light as both terrestrial and celestial. Light of long nights far up in the sky. I stare to heaven and weep for stars whose light I have always known and understood to be my rooting. I once shared a life with the name of this light, as I know it in the stars who gave me my body, as I know it in the frequencies of my footsteps, as I hear it in the code of a landscape imprinted on my fingers, as I spirit my eyes open from the inside, as I know and understand this light to be kin. Consider then the pain of leaving this light, of losing the stars to spaces no longer lit by its truth. I am shaped in spaces where light does not reach, a need for what does not shimmer, but opening to the shadow to receive just as much light. I miss this light always. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Aaliyah. Great to see you again.
Yeah, you-
Is there any event you need to plug? Anything you'd like to say?
I guess I miss home and I hope that I can go back in time for like an open mic or something. Because I was there like I think last weekend. I was sad to see no events, but hopefully next month I think I'll be out there.
Yeah, hopefully. I think we just missed you because we moved our Thursday one forward for the holiday. But yes, thanks again, Aaliyah. Thanks for the I was not expecting Donna Steyer, my predecessor at the Tumblewords Project, the founder of the Tumblewords Project, to be brought up. That was a really fun surprise. That was really great. So thank you again. I'm going to transition now to our next reader. You've heard a couple of their works earlier tonight. I hope we did them. I hope we did them justice. And we're really excited to welcome them to the stage once again. Everyone, please welcome David Latif to the stage. David, when you're ready.
I am ready. Wonderful. I'm going to first I need to put on my cover hat. This is my favorite Panama hat. Fun fact, Panama hats from Ecuador. One of my favorite fun facts, like black box on an airplane is orange. I'm gonna read three poems from people who all happen to be here. The first one is from Robin Schofield's book, Ridge of High Pressure. This one, it was one of those, I was told, oh, it's poetry potluck. And I was like, Great, sweet. I have Robin's books on my bookshelf. I'm gonna go grab one. This one I really like. It's called Isolated Storms in El Paso. The Perseids didn't show, but shone and cannoned around the sun anyway. Rain clouds piled up like quilts in a closet. The lamp stayed on during the day, all day. The day the flies escaped us, lightning broke out of the iconic sky and rose from the stunned earth. 1 hour of rusted rain didn't bust the drought, but bounced off North Mountain to clear the air of dust and bugs, not in time for us to see the meteors, which did not notice our not seeing them. Next two, I'm going to do. The next one is from the wonderful Richie Marrufo. I like this poem because I grew up listening to jazz, and this I love the way that Richie encapsulates jazz in this poem. It's called In the Air. Can you dig it? These soft, syrupy syllables of sweet and sonic, tonic of saxophonic and savory strings dipped in melodic prose. This is midnight music, a little something to dance to. Behold this tapestry of creation and destruction, its folding and unfolding of the cosmos in the breath of a moment. These are songs to hold on the tip of your tongue, as if sung from celestial vagabond bloomings of bent around the street corner and nowhere else but tomorrow. Don't ingest the smoke, there's so much more in the air like music. We're running on empty, the moon is near full, and we've got the whole night ahead of us, and just enough fuel as origami dreams of the heart take flight, having never before believed so much in the potential of a horizon. Carve your name into sidewalks, etch your presence into the secret passageways of underground cities. Look for those hidden corridors that keep and hold the secret blues of desolate angels, solemn, happy in their otherworldly glow of existence. Will walk down the crossroads and explore chords of resistance. We're all students to the sound of a Monday night or any other. Everything else is embellishment. Mystified by the music, we succumb to the late night mellow beats of infinite theoretical musings. These are songs to hold on the tip of your tongue, as if sung from celestial vagabond bloomings of bent around the street corner and nowhere else but tomorrow. This all too big world grows heavier in the hearts of poets with hungry eyes, always looking for more, looking for more, looking for more, looking for one more note. This next poem I have to do, I went and grabbed a beer because it's a Kit Wren poem. So I have to do the Kit Wren. This is sadly not um from Martin House. This is from a local ska brewing company. This is a poem by Kit Wren, which I don't think has a title, but it's one of my favorites. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Nobody's dead. I was just drunk on eBay again and trying to make the best of a bad situation. Also willing to sell complete DVD set of Kolchak the Night Stalker. Same kind of deal. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. I got lost in the store. These are obviously too small. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I just panicked. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. This gift was not funny, Greg. This is the last straw. My entire life, people have made fun of me for my incredibly small feet. I remember very clearly the very first instance when a fourth grade PE teacher said I looked like a hippopotamus trying to balance itself on two toothpicks. For sale, baby shoes, never more, never worn. What do you mean, why did I write never worn on the tag? Because I had space. Are you gonna buy them or not? Is this what you do? Just go to garage sales and call people liars? And you're just supposed to put up with it? Oh yeah, well maybe your lady protests too much. Trash dick. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Welcome to the new baby shoe store. Our founder, Thurman Barkshat III, started in Tacoma, Washington with a $7,000 loan, a property that used to be a circuit city, and a dream that people could find guaranteed never worn shoes for their babies and infants at a reasonable price. For sale, Meta Short Story Collection. Too niche. Thank you. Thank you so much. Rough Drafts, that is the title. Okay, I will add that to my copy of it. Thank you so much. You can find my you have to do the drink. You have to finish the poem with the drink. Um the You can find me on Substack at Poetic Universal Friend. You can find me at Instagram under the same username. I have a GoFundMe going. I'm going to post that on Substack right now for a friend of mine, my roommate. Her car's having major issues, and we're trying to raise money to help cover those costs. So thank you so much. Thank you for the poetry, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, David, for putting your own twist on things. Really, really enjoyed that read. So we're taking it back to the mothership, taking it back to as literal a definition of home as we can get in a situation like this, because we're going to go just a couple doors to the left and check in with Robin Schofield. Robin, when you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Hello, people in the future, people in the now, people in the not now. Happy Monday to everybody, and I'm going to read a poem from Juania Sueños, who is my colleague at Mouthfeel Press, and her book is called Topography of a Border/Line Bird. All right, see that? That's cool. This is called Sleepwalking Ballad for Ezekiel Hernandez Jr. He was a young man who was herding goats on the Mexican side of the Rio Grande, and he was shot by a Marine aged 18. So this is her poem. My brain is a night bloom, a jasmine. She begs me to think until I reach that place and I can't return, like a moth swallowed by an evening primrose. I say this to you before turning out the light. On the way to our Airbnb, I read about Ezekiel Hernandez, who was killed just a few miles from us. A Marine shot him while he herded his cattle, mistaking an 18-year-old for a terrorist. I'm trying to stop this now. I'm trying not to ruin our first night of vacation. But the loud desert winds remind me I am untethered, afraid of spinning out. My survival instincts, too, are often wrong. Don't fear snakes. They only attack when they determine a threat. I've bitten all my lovers, so I pray, hiding in mesquites and blackbrush in thick leather boots. It's April, the first week of rain here, maybe the only one this year. Prickly pears bloom, the landscape explodes with color. We're so lucky, you say. Ezekiel wasn't, I think of saying, but I stay quiet. I'll stay positive like you, like that sweet boy. I see him. He sleeps, and when he wakes, drinks his mama's coffee, kisses her cheek, tightens his belt, shakes his head, smiles at her usual despedida full of concern. Be careful, she says. He crosses beneath Mexican persimmons, parts the sand sage brush, then gazes at the horizon. Everyone knows he loves landscapes and keeps a drawing pad on him at all times to capture so much vast sky that could swallow him, and it does. He rides a gentle beast, alert for thorny mesquites, his eyes suddenly full of the kind of worry only good men carry, men who'd die for their family. And he will get off his horse blinded by daybreak lights. I say this to you, but you're already asleep. You're already in another world. Okay, Juanilla Sueños. And oh yeah, this one's on my phone somewhere. I had it open. Here it is. Yes, this one is by Lee Martinez Soto. I had to ask her for a poem that was mainly in English because I don't really trust my Spanish pronunciation. So this is called, oh, it doesn't have a title. It's called We Met a While Ago. You, me, and the anguish and melancholy I carry within. You whispered in my ears with your million voices until it reached my core, emphasizing, exaggerating every feeling, every sorrow, every moment until I thought your voice mine and saw mine disappear in your presence. We met a while ago during your frantic escapades where you would drag me along the ridges of snails, dredging in the deep until we reached bottom, burrowing deeper within whatever it is I carry between the furrows of my brain. We met a while ago, and I can still find in the crannies of my mind, in the tremble of my voice, the havoc you have wrought and will continue to wreak on me. Okay, Lee Martinez Soto. And Lee is not here because their spouse has a birthday today. So, and I want to read one more cover poem out of Chrysalis, the book of the literary journal of our community college here in El Paso. And this one is also, it's by Kit Wren. It's called Conventions of the Genre. I thank God for the prose poem. I thank God for a back door into the heritage of poetry. The prose poem is a scholarship program for the musically indifferent, rhythmically challenged, and formally indolent. I am equally thankful for its identical cousin, flash fiction. I switch which one I mean based on who I'm talking to, glad-handing like a city councilman. I don't have to babysit characters to an end like a harried novelist. I owe them nothing. I introduce them and move on, like the host of a huge party. I forage without taking a plate. I rhyme only when I feel like it. I drink and the wine becomes blood in my stomach. I trip and the trip becomes a metaphor. I accidentally cut my palm and the bandage thanks me for my honesty and vulnerability. Everyone in the ballroom is dancing with a different scrap of clothing they all take to be me. They can't all be right, but they're dancing. Nobody can fact check a dancer. All right. Thank you, everybody. That's my set for tonight.
Right. Thank you, Robin. Quite an eye for talent. What can you say? All right. And so we're going to go back to the international section of our reading. And let me make sure that share screen is turned on. There we go. And we're real happy to have join us from Malaysia from tomorrow morning, Julian Matthews. So Julian,
Hi.
when you're ready.
This is a poem by Michael Sindler called Color My World. Color my world first, color my world with the invisible, the essential, the incorruptible. Grab the widest of brushes and dip it deep into compassion, swirling it until every bristle is saturated. Make wild, sure strokes across the background of being. Cover it thickly. A viscous gesso grounding all that will float and flow upon its surface. Let it dry slowly with the warm breath of love, freeing vapors of longing, rising and disappearing into waning clouds of thought. Sand it gently with empathy until its soft, smooth surface contains no crevice, crack, or outcropping in which the dusty particles of doubt may find purchase. And then color my world with all shades of human, every hue born from every clime. Color my world with the cross pollination of lovers who leave convention behind. Color it with the shape and shade of every tribe. Color it with strands and curls and ringlets, with fuzz and stubble and wild cowlicks. Color it with eumelanin and femelanin, with freckles and tans and birthmarks. Color it with rashes and sunspots and scars, with albinism and vertigo. Color my world chocolate, saffron, anato, and peach. Color it oat, wheat, cumin, pecan, and chickpea. Color it delicious. Color my world raw, umber, burnt sienna, burnished copper, and dimpled bronze. Color it smooth, amber, and saturated coral. Color it pale chalk, glimmering sand, and fragile rust. Color it hard and strong, soft and malleable, cold and warm, and always beautiful. And then color my world with every chroma, every pigment of plant and plumage. Color it deep forest and shocking chartreuse green. Color it swaying poppy, slithering salamander, and fluttering cardinal red. Color it bold, sunflower, and tart citrus yellow. Color it ripe, cut mango, darting goldfish, and roaring tiger orange. Color it resting robin's egg, scampering scarab, fluttering morpho wing, and waving water blue. Color it drooping wisteria, plump grape, and slow sea snail purple. And then color it striped and spotted and spiked and rounded. Color it subtle and brilliant. Color it pastel and iridescent. Color it contrasting and complementary. Color it microscopic and vast. Color it wisdom and passion. Color it intellect and faith. Color it action and thought. Color it kaleidoscopic. Color it a rainbow encircling the horizon. Color it everything. Color it now, but most of all, with every stroke, every movement, every touch, color it love. That was Color My World by Michael Sindler. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Julian. Lovely rendition of it as well. All right. And now we're going to continue our international portion. We're going out to Germany, where another friend of ours likes to wake up with us and serenade us with some tunes. We're going to go to Luis Camberos. Luis, when you're ready.
Hey, Kit. How's it going, man?
Going great.
Happy to hear, guys. So for the potluck, gonna do a piece by David Latif. It's called Learning. I'm learning how to be kind to myself when I fall apart. Emptying out the toolbox I filled with hammers so I can stop trying to beat myself into shape and learn to love the shape that I am. Alright, gonna do 2 new songs. It's new shit. Pardon my language. 7 days and a handful of light for you to fuck things up. I look at the moon, the sun, and the waters you threw up in the sky. Do you look at this land and wonder why? And God or alien, why does it matter now? And it took 10 years and a handful of ass kissers for you to fuck things up. Let the choices of one man dictate the fate of the entire world. With your clueless, angry sword, you blindly swing around. And what for? 'Cause no one should die for me, for you, and no one should die for them or anyone. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ we command you, brothers and sisters, to keep away from every believer who's idle land. Do you ignore it because there's a means to an end? Just say it out loud, Tim. Say it out loud again. Say it again. 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 And please don't hold it against me if I stay in my room. In the dark I just find it comforting. And please don't think you're not beautiful, you're lovely. And just so you know, you'll never be as ugly as me, as me. And I just don't think myself as being loving. Don't you see? My knife, just like my words, are sharp and piercing. I know you see, don't you see? Everything my father threw at us, now you see. And everything my mother tried to clean up is now me. Please don't think you're not beautiful, you're lovely. Just so you know, you'll never be as ugly as me, as me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you, everyone. My name is Luis Gamberos. You can find my music on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. And I'm trying to turn off the reverb because, it's awkward sounding. But, hey, Kit, thank you for hosting. And everyone, hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you for playing. It'd be really silly if I hosted and no one came. So thank you for being a part of this. There we go. Whoops. That's my fault. Okay. Well, we're going to continue with our international portion. We're going to, but we're going to take it back to the continent, at least, take it back to North America, and where poet who you heard me cover at the very top of the show resides. We're going to throw it to Cassie McCoy now. Cassie, when you're ready.
Thanks, Kit. Hi, everyone. All right. So I'm going to be covering someone you'll be very familiar with, especially because other people have also covered him this evening. So this is a poem by Kit Wren. This isn't the first time the world ended, by Kit Wren. Now that we're not in love, we can relax. Things aren't so important. We can be playful. The future no longer crumbles if you don't sigh with precise harmonics. Think of the first man who ever saw two eclipses. He knew exactly what to do. If he said a prayer, it was one he had thought of a long time ago. All right, that's all from me for tonight. Thank you, Kit. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Cassie. Something went wrong in the replay there. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. But okay, let's see. What's coming up next? Renasco. Okay. Okay, well, coming up next, so we're now all the way back in the United States, and we're going to check in with the West Coast. We check in with an old favorite who's back again. We're real happy to have him back, but welcome back. But as we used to say around these parts, class is in session. So, Mr. Tezosomok, when you're ready.
All right, boss. Thank you. We're going to do the old carrot and stick thing. So let me turn my music thing on. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first one, titled Vanishing into His Own Mythology. You ever notice how a tyrant only rages when the room volunteers to absorb the tantrum? Like, go ahead, big guy, throw the burble furniture, we'll pick it up because trauma's on sale today. But strip the oxygen, the fear, and suddenly the strong man sounds like a man trying to reboot his own Wi-Fi. The mask slips, the vibe leaks, you hear the truth trip over its own shoelaces. Because power, real power, isn't loud, it's calculated, it's surgical, it's the moment. You stop auditioning for the role of victim number 3 in the dictator's self-produced telenovela. A bully collapses when no one flinches, when the room refuses to be the emotional soundboard. And he starts playing the greatest hits of Grandpa Empire. This is my room. This is my chair. This is my story. Baby, your story expired 3 administrations ago. Always begins with noise. Fake numbers, forced nostalgia, the fossilized 1980s. He keeps dragging around like a dead emotional support animal. Fear works, flattery works, anger works, but take away the fuel, give him absolutely nothing, and watch the meltdown masquerading as stability. He comes, here comes the syrupy lies. You're a smart guy. You're doing a great job. New York's lucky to have you. Stop. This isn't diplomacy, it's camouflage, a chameleon practicing genocide against your boundaries. Then comes the autobiography, the drift into self-importance, because civic language, responsibility, law, democracy is a dialect he never studied. So we named the pattern: immigrant rage, political revenge, fascistic tendencies, allergic reaction to checks and balances. He smiles, he nods, not because he agrees, but because analysis is a planet his rocket never reached. Then the overcorrection hits. You're going to surprise people. I feel very comfortable with you. We're going to get along great. Benevolence is domination, assimilation is erasure, the imperial fantasy. You and I are the same. No, we're not the same. We're not allies. Your approval has the street value of counterfeit pesos. Speak plainly, don't bow, don't flatter, let him choke on the costume of civility. Because here's the secret. A tyrant's power is never the rage, it's the fear in the room. Evict the fear and watch him shrink into a polite, awkward, static-filled ghost of his own mythology. Crime stats from dreams, grievances from hallucinations, glory from reruns. This isn't sabotage, it's incapacity. People think tyrants rage because they're strong. Nah. They rage because they assume we'll catch them like unpaid stagehands. Tonight, we don't catch them. Let the rage fall. Let the myth collapse. Let the tyrant vanish into the story he keeps begging to believe. All right, the second part of this, you'll decide which one's which. I woke up this morning, felt like I was back in time, back in 1878, where the sun don't ever shine. Richmond's laughing, drinking his wine, while working folks are fighting just to get by. I thought we were done, thought we'd seen the last of the crown, but now we're stuck in this cycle, can't get out, we're going down. The rich get richer while the poor just fall, and the man at the top don't care about us all. Thought we were done with the Caesars and the Khan, moved from the strong man to the Moses of old time. But it's all the same game, just a different disguise. The same lies, the same ties, just a different set of eyes. I can hear the whispers, the sound of the chains. The working man's struggle just to ease his pain. They sold us the dream, but we're left with the dust, with the dust. Ain't no justice, but just a broken trust. I thought we were free, thought we'd reason about, but now we're shackled again, pushing and shoving. The law don't protect, and the rich just thrive. It's a cold-hearted world, just trying to survive. Thought we were done with the Caesars and the Khans. Moved from the strong man to the Moses of old time. But it's all the same game, just a different disguise. Same lies, same ties, just a different set of eyes. Tell me, where's the change we were promised? Where the hope that we used to trust in? Oh, it's lost in the wind, it's buried in the sand, and the rich man's still holding the land. I'm looking for a way out, but it's hard to find. Thank you, sir.
Cute, Tess. And where can the people find more?
Folks can follow me on my Substack at Tesosomok, if I can hit enter on this thing. And also a couple of things. One of my poems, the After the Fall, When Coyote Waits, was selected. It will be displayed at the Huntington Beach Art Museum for like about 2 months, along with other people's poems. So that's a really big deal. So I made it to the museum finally. I like to first make it famous, then make it to the museums or the art museums. But I guess you start out from backwards, huh? So I made it to the museum, so I'm happy about that. And what else? I got some really good book reviews from folks for the Indigenous month. So somebody's picked out my book as one of their reading lists best, and they gave me an incredible review. So I've been getting a couple of those, which is That's really good affirmation. So I'm really happy about that.
I'm happy about that too. Great job. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Teds. Glad to see you again. All right. And our next performer is a bit of a sensation. And usually introducing him takes a little preparation. I'm not trying to compete with him. This isn't a competition, but I want to try and match him. You can call it a superstition. But he always delivers in couplets fantastic. It's the inimitable style of Ed Poetastic. Ed, when you're ready.
Thank you for your rhyme. It's simply divine. I love your chime. Woo! Hello, my name is Ed Potato, feeling fantastic. Please time to join my rhyme. Bottles of line. I got 20 jokes and 3 poems, so I won't take too much time. You ready, or wonderful?
Before you start, Ed, I got one joke for you. What do you get when you cross a kangaroo and an elephant?
What do you get when you cross a kangaroo and an elephant?
Giant craters all over Australia.
That made my wonderful laugh box jump in. I love it. I have a question to ask you.
All right, go ahead and shoot.
What is a vampire's favorite holiday?
No, I don't know. What is a vampire's favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving. Did you hear about the turkey that plays baseball?
Oh, I didn't. You think I would have? But what? Tell me more about this turkey that plays baseball.
He covers first base. What did the ocean say when it saw the Mayflower crossing?
I don't know. What did the ocean say when it saw the Mayflower cross?
Nothing. It just waved. Did you hear about the Thanksgiving engagement ring?
Oh, I didn't. It sounds like a happy story. What happened with the Thanksgiving engagement ring?
It's 24 carats. How do you hire a turkey?
I don't know. How do you hire a turkey?
Put it on a ladder. What do math teachers eat on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. What do math teachers eat on Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, they had 3.14 slices of it. That's right.
How do little pumpkins cross the road?
I don't know. How do little pumpkins cross the road?
With a crossing gourd.
Oh, I almost got there. I almost got there before you didn't quite get there. All right.
What did the autumn leaf said to the tree?
Oh, it might be sad. What did the autumn leaf say to the tree?
I'm falling for you.
Oh, that's sweet.
What should you expect at the end of Thanksgiving?
Don't know. What should we expect at the end of Thanksgiving?
The letter G.
God damn it. Yeah.
What did the scarecrow wear to Thanksgiving?
I don't know. What did the scarecrow wear to Thanksgiving?
A harvest.
Oh.
What's the best way to fix a broken pumpkin?
Huh. I don't know. What is the best way to fix a broken pumpkin?
Use a pumpkin patch.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, because that wait a second.
Where did the pilgrims stand after landing on Plymouth Rock?
Yeah, because they couldn't all fit. Where did the pilgrims go after they stood on Plymouth Rock?
On their feet.
Good choice. That's ideal.
What did one turkey said to the other?
I don't know. What did one turkey say to the other?
Let's get based.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, let's get basted.
Yeah.
Why did the pilgrim go to the beach?
I don't know. Why did the pilgrim go to the beach?
She wanted to get a pertain. Pertan.
Oh, okay. Not very modest of it.
Why are pilgrims' pants always falling down?
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because they put their buckles on their hats for some reason.
Yeah. It's like someone's stuffed with jokes. I love it. What did the pilgrim use to make cookies on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. What did the pilgrim use to make cookies on Thanksgiving?
Mayflower.
Well, are you?
What's a pilgrim's favorite dance?
What is a pilgrim's favorite dance?
The turkey trot.
Goodness me.
What kind of music do pilgrims listen to?
No, why don't you tell me what kind of music pilgrims listen to?
Ply mouth rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do pilgrims kick a bad habit?
I don't know. How do pilgrims kick a bad habit?
They stop cold turkey.
Oh. Nasty.
Why don't pilgrims tell secrets in the cornfield?
I don't know. Why do pilgrims tell secrets? Why don't pilgrims? Go ahead.
Sure, no problem. There are too many ears around. Thank you so much, Kit. You are a smashing hit.
Always better. Now to the poetry.
Yeah, now to the poetry. I have 3 poems. The first poem is called The Unknowns. The unknown boggles minds. It leaves our minds behind. Life is full of questions with unanswered situations. What is the meaning of life? What is wrong or right? What is dead of night? What is the moonlight? What is the limelight? What is God? What is being flawed? Questions without no end, but why not ask a friend? Don't be stuck in the dark or eaten up by inner sharks. Why not ask Google to help feed your noodle? Why not ask ChatGPT so you can clearly see? Why not ask a teacher to make you more keener? Please don't be a screamer, but a knowledge seeker. Life will have answers. Don't be stuck in banter. Closed minds don't get fed. Spare the hammers in your head. Thank you. The other one is called Thanksgiving Thanksgiving Day is near. Thanksgiving Day is near. I'm sorry, Thanksgiving Day is near by Patricia Martin. Thanksgiving Day is near. Thanksgiving Day is near. This is a time of the year where everyone will come together in any kind of weather. Being thankful we're all here with our loved ones and those so dear. There'll be a great feast, turkey, ham, pies, and sweets. Everyone's ready, sitting in place. While someone is saying grace, giving all the glory with praising to God Almighty. His love is amazing. For God gave his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, the atoned one. Whosoever believes in him shall be born again, will obtain eternal life with our love, our Savior Jesus Christ. On the day of Thanksgiving, life is worth living. With God's love and grace, will always have a place. Okay, I didn't know that was religious, but okay. Hope everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving. My last one is from our wonderful MC, Richie. Woo! This is called Smoke Signal Serenades. The sounds of unbroken hearts slide loudly to funky love ballades from what that which can save us. We've got shades beyond syllables, a weight beyond words. It's a quantum dance that whispers. Just hold it close. Because patience is a virtue, but time is just a dirty game, nefarious and flirtatious. I've seen a face, but really need a name. Go on, haunt me, leaving cameos in my dreams just to taunt me. As we unravel at the seams, that's two E's, not EA, as in moonbeams or sea waves. It's amazing. Pick your poison, let it play into sunrise surprises, smoke signal serenades, and ticking time bomb grenades. It's the inertia of the imagery that unsettles in the mind. Methodical, meticulous, and dreamily slow like. It's going with the flow of the unknown, just like lightning strikes. It's a star in a jar, created by spoken word. And if you haven't heard, gravity's a mistake. When you're face first on the pavement, like starky-eyed kids with wax wings who dream of flight without the pavement. Hey kid, they'll tell you it's this way or that way. We'll move beyond the black and whites, chase grays, and seek out the better days. Postmodern Prometheans will set the world ablaze when the dust has fallen and we've crawling through the ashes. This is where you'll find your muse. Your music, now use it. Goodness.
All right. Great rendition of a poem by Richie. So Ed, where else can people find you?
Well, you can follow me while coming to this wonderful, stupendous, and magical open mic that makes our money to delight in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. If you want to follow me, please feel free. My face is Eddie Foreman. And remember, if there's an open mic, I'll be there to sound fantastic insight in the wonderful, fantastic open mic. But remember that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, life is not a contest and never stop doing your best.
All right. Thank you so much, Ed. Yeah, Richie just put in the chat. That was kind of a B-side of Richie's you read out. That was on the Rarities collection. That was really awesome. Thank you so much, Ed. All right. So we're gonna take it to someone who's also in the host fellowship. She's been out exercising a different part of her artistic brain tonight. She's very well-rounded in all that she can do, and we're happy to have her here again tonight. Please welcome back Dori Mar to our digital stage. when you're ready.
Hello. Just a quick disclaimer. I was practicing a play that I may or may not be in. I'm technically an understudy, but if you guys are available this Friday at Love Buzz, 7:30, there's going to be performances and they're raising funds for Las Americas. And yeah, that's going to be an amazing time. But I'm going to do a cover poem of one of Richie's pieces. And yeah. It's called Sunflower and Moonlight. Sunflower and moonlight. Let me swim in your contradictions, all warmth and photosynthesis, still leaning towards a sun that isn't there. How do you glow like that, in silver hush? Do you ache for daylight with your roots deep in night? You're not supposed to be here. But here you are, defiant in bloom, petals in persistence, straining outward, a brightness that doesn't ask for permission. You speak in opposites with a soft voice and a sharp mind, an open heart inside of an armored chest. And I want to learn your language. I want to read your bloom like scripture and static and syncopation, kiss the doubts curled in your leaves, hold the tension between the shadow you cast and the light you carry. Let me wade past the logic. Let me wade past the logic and meditate on the magic of your mystical magnetism mangled in moonbeams, and you, a sunflower in moonlight, me, the one who stumbles home just to watch you try to bloom in a world that told you not to. And thank you. That's all I had prepared.
Okay, well, it's very well done. Where else can the people find you? Online and otherwise.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow night you can find me at Mona Bar of Modern Art. We're gonna have an open mic. Wednesday we're having another open mic at Proof and Press on North Mesa. That's the writer's workshop before, if you get there at 7. And then an open mic after. And I'm on Instagram at Finding Dorimar. Finding and then my name on the screen. And yeah.
All right, thanks so much. All right, and we have you've heard his name several times throughout. You're pretty familiar with him if you come to these at all. If you've the hardest working man on the border, as we like to say, as I like to say, just to embarrass him. We're gonna welcome up Richie Marrufo to the stage. Richie.
All right. Hey, thanks, Kit. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone who read. I missed part of your intro and the part of the first piece, David, so I'll have to go back on the replay. But I want to read a piece from Dorimar. see how that works, you know? This one's called Concentrate. Lately, I've been haunted by some alligator paranormalities, phantoms presenting aphorisms, antes posadas. I know the government is shut down, as we should too shut down in response, like an orange toddler having a tantrum. Let's all concentrate on the east side of El Paso, on Miss Montana, so you don't end up on red or scared. There's a camp I'd like to visit with you, but first I must tell you a story about alligators. Vámonos para el centro de El Paso, Texas, or downtown El Paso, home of the tumbleweed on your screen, where weed divides those who live and die in crocodile tears line boots that ye and ha and write the laws. La Plaza de los Lagartos, Alligator Plaza, where Sally, Minnie, Oscar, Jack, and Jill fought to survive from the 1880s until 1965. And again briefly from 1972 to 1974. A legal bathtub of public torture used to exist, live alligators enclosed like a spectacle, performed, ready to snap and eat tails, both foreign and unfamiliar. People would throw rocks, put out cigarettes, pierce their skin, pick up and throw them, kidnap them. Everyone became complacent. It was legal after all. How sad and disheartening these were, viewed as momentary acts of violence on live alligators. It was probably rare to see it firsthand, maybe for a few seconds on fleeting, flashing headlines on pages that now glow where we scroll instead of flip with the lick of a fingertip. Can you imagine that there was a time when we sprayed chemicals on migrants that crossed to live and work on stolen land every day, resulting in acts of violence as commonplace as hangover melting from the ice of the night before? When desensitized to violence, we will distance ourselves, laugh, avoid it, or blame the government that created the conditions. But change happens when we stand up, speak up, or serve our communities first. In the story we the people are writing, I hope it learns from the story I'm telling you now. The alligators displaced in this desert pond were viewed as a danger to the people, but the people were the real danger when 3 alligators were killed. The city of El Paso relocated the remaining one to the zoo where they died in 1996. Now in our present day, the alligators are no longer alive but sculpted as a symbol of the respect and honor we hold for the unjustly captured, tortured, and dead. A sculpture that sparkles and glistens in hues of fiberglass green, gold, and blue. So let's all concentrate and know that we don't work for free, and it's time to spill the fucking tea. We will rest and protest for the lives worth saving and precedents worth preserving. First, they put those that dream in a cage, and recently they stole Persephone, the binational peacock too. Made a cage in your heart and mind where humanity divides based on where you reside, and the color of the skin covers our ancient bones. Let's concentrate and go to camp for Halloween and protest for the future phantoms of our fascist government. Let's save all fucking alligators and build statues, not for the slave drivers, but for the survivors of the stories we will tell ourselves. Stories of the insanity of American inhumanity, the hope for a day where the wall will fall in our hearts, minds, and in my home, El Paso and Juarez. Because lately I've been haunted by some alligator paranormalities, phantoms present, aphorisms, antes posadas. Awesome. Thank you, Dory, for that one. And last one, I'm going to go to another BWOMS host to show them some love as well tonight, Fernando Antonio Montejano. This one's called New Enough. Let me tell you how the sun found me today. With all the world set behind me and every bad thought caught in the rear view and getting smaller as the miles roll on, and they keep rolling. And I keep thinking my body might need more. So I spread my arms as I walk, and the way I soar under the sun, steady and serene is a siren song, and my daydreams are distant futures in my view. Let me tell you how I let the things that make up my shadow eat me alive, and now I'm lighter than I could have been in the dark, more radiant in my being and gifted with the passion of this day. Let me tell you how I'm only light today, and you'll want to be some too. You'll want to let go of all those shadows still tethering you here, and you'll burn that darkness in this sun, and we will tell this same story over and over until every one of us is spilling at the edges with light of what's to come, and what's past will feed us until we have devoured the old and become new enough to become new again. I was gonna read one of Kit's too, but it's a long night, you know, and you heard like 20 of Kit poems today, so. All right, no, but definitely thanks for plugging everything. Thanks, Kit, for hosting. We'll get it back to you. Thanks. And follow me on Instagram, Diddle Over Every. You guys know the drill. Peace.
That's right. Yes, great to include Fernando in this. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the night, and there is only one way that a BWOMS stay-at-home open mic can ever end. You know it, and I know it. And he knows it too, and so he's already ready. Okay, we are calling in the right-hander and headed home with Dan the Man. Dan, take it away.
All right, happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. Okay, guys, there's two poetry. Yeah, there's two poetries. I think one of them, I think you're much familiar with this, and there's something I think you'll like this one. Okay, it's called Cranberry Sonnet by Nancy Ness. The waves roll and gulls above soar high. Long fog hordes chanting Cape Cod solitude. The dunes at rest beneath the autumn sky, envelope peaceful beaches once imbued. Bright foliage adorns the countryside, surrounding sun-dried bogs of cranberries. This summer, tourists, verdant welcome tide now boast majestic hues of burgundies. Synthetics lakes spew forth from each bog's moat, releasing berries for the harvest from the harvest day. And buoyant crimson carpet lies afloat, in just abeyance, being scooped away to conjure up a sauce with ocean spray, and have with turkey for Thanksgiving Day. It's Cranberry Sonnet by Nancy Ness. And I think you'll like this Hoku Sonic, a history of American traditional dish. This is written by Sherry Atkinson, and it is called Cranberry Cravings Twice a Year. Cranberry bogs, the sluicine juices of the crimson cranberries coated his waters. It's not the T, but it's with the D. The effort it took to slog slowly through the bog, gathering the fruit, left him exhausted. But as he stood surveying the exquisite sight, the crisp autumn breeze filling his lungs, caressing him like a lover, he knew that no other life would give him such sweet fatigue. Okay, yeah, I guess. Kind of like that, but yeah. Okay. That's Cranberry Twice things by it's by Sherry Atkinson. Okay. Well, guess that wraps it up. Always like cranberries. And you know what I mean. Cranberry like kind of reminds me of the cranberries. Dolores Darren, God rest her soul. Or like cranberry lemon, like for the Herbalife tea, or like or like in The Simpsons, cranberry sauce a la pot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess that'll do for right now. Thank you so much. Y'all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Okay, Kit, let's go ahead and tell Richie to call it a night.
All right. That is the usual protocol. That's true. Well, thank you, Dan. Yeah, just going to plug the rest of the week, because tomorrow Dorimar's going to have the mic for Mona Bar of Modern Arts. That is the last refuge of the comedians. It does get a bit rowdy. It's the Wild West out there, so be advised. So that'll be, I believe, the last show of the month. To double check that, I'm checking our website at BWOMS.com, because we have a website at BWOMS.com where you can check our schedule. You can see videos like this. You can sign up for whatever we have. We also have the Proof and Press Writers Night, where we have a workshop beforehand where people bring in their works in progress, get advice. It's been a very fun and useful thing just to sort of demystify the process. And to, we end up getting to know each other a little better too. It's very interesting in that way as well. But Proof and Press has some great cocktails. I believe they have some mocktail options as well, and some flatbread pizzas. And that is Wednesday at 7 o'clock is when that begins. And Candace hosts that. She's a very able and excellent host. We're so glad that we get to to grow. We've grown the number of hosts by a lot this year, and that's very exciting. And that'll wrap up November for us because it's Thanksgiving. Come on. It's food. That's great. It's great to have food. Goodness. Okay. So this has been another in the unending chain of successful stay-at-home open mics. The fifth, I believe, poetry potluck that we've done. So great for everyone to pay tribute to each other, to show the communal spirit instead of just saying community at random intervals like they do. And it's just really touching every year what comes out of this. So I hope we can keep this going as long as there are people that come to it. So some of us are going to hang around in the Zoom for what we call the after party. And I think that's everything, but I'll throw it to Richie just to be sure, and because he's the one that can actually close the room. So.
Oh, well, you took all my lines. There goes all the promo. So that just leaves it for me to end it. Now, all my gratitude again to everyone who's been coming out and reading online and in person. Check us out this week, all right? There's a lot going on. And for the Monday online show, hope to see you guys next Monday for the live stream. See you guys later. Peace.